This is I'm going to be doing some more Patreon requests that are a little overdue, and this one comes from Bill McLaughlin. So Bill McLaughlin asked me to do a old man Alucard kind of story, like Old Man Logan, but with Alucard from Hellsing, and featuring the characters from Ghoul School as well. So yeah, let's get started. So this, like I said, it's Old Man Logan, and then for reference, let's tie it into the Old Man Randy story I did a few months back, where basically, kind of like in Old Man Logan, all the villains got together, killed all the heroes, and only like tiny number of heroes survived the genocide, and it's now 30, 40 years in the future, and yeah, villains still rule the world. But among those is Alucard, who is living in the remnants of Britain. See, Alucard, it's fucking Alucard. The villains already knew they weren't going to be able to kill him, so they did try, but they failed. The problem is that Alucard was unable to save Integra. Because at this point, like, Millennium decided to, like, when they jumped in on the whole villain alliance thing, they jumped in and actually jump-started their plans, and Walter turned on everyone, and the first person he went for in this story, in this universe, was Integra, and killed her, along with Ceres and the rest of the Wild Geese. So, everyone in Hellsing's dead. Alucard survived. He did kill Walter in their fight. He did fight Walter and kill them. The problem was, the Millennium, now alongside villain backing, were able to overrun and just decimate London. Like, they completely decimated, and now London, and by and large, most of Britain is now like a nuclear wasteland. They just nuked the shit out of it. And then they went back, the Major was just like, oh, this was fun, let's go back to Germany. So, he just fucked off, because he's like, well, didn't you, like, even, like, some of the other villains are like, wait, didn't you want to kill Alucard? Like, that was the whole point. He's like, I thought about it, but, like, leaving him alone like this is gonna be worse for him. So now Alucard is living in the wasteland of Britain. The radiation doesn't affect him, because he's already dead. But the problem is that there isn't a lot... excuse me. There isn't a lot to eat in... there isn't much for him to consume, because he still needs blood. There's not a lot to consume in the world. There's not a lot for him to feed on, since most of the people are dead. So Alucard is slowly wasting away. He's been more or less living on reserves for his own from his own people he's consumed. He's been living off their reserves, and he's been slowly, over the decades, have just been kind of wasting away. So Alucard is basically now the king of nothing. He is literally just, it's nothing. That is, until he gets a meeting with a stranger. He basically meets he meets someone he was not expecting, his daughter, Sabella. So in here, Sabella basically, him and Sabella, he's known about Sabella, but he was not really exactly Father of the Year, and was like, bye. So Sabella was like, she's as powerful as Alucard, but the thing is that she was one of the her and the rest of the Ghoul School characters survived the hero genocide. The Grimwood Academy was destroyed, and Miss Grimwood was killed, but the thing is, they all survived. They were some of the surviving heroes, because, like, they knew they were monsters. They knew how to play dirty. So the moment shit went sideways, it was like, oh, we know how to play this game. In fact, in here, I want to have this mention of, like, Winnie ate Mojo Jojo. Like, she just straight up devoured Mojo from the brain down. She was like, I had monkey brains. But yeah, Sabella comes to them saying, look, I don't like you, and I sure as hell don't like you, and you don't like me. But here's the thing, is that Millennium has kind of, like, this new Fourth Reich thing is going out of control, and the girls and I have been fighting it for as long as we can, but we need your help, you know. He has taken, like, Millennium has basically taken over a large section from Germany to even like some of this, like they're moving into like what's left of Russia and making like a new empire, a new Fourth Reich empire. So Sabella comes to him saying, "Look," and the other thing is Sabella and the girls are actually, they're working for villains. Like they're like, we knew what was going to happen. We didn't turn on when things went bad. We were just like, yeah. When they realized shit went sideways, they didn't turn on the heroes. But like by the end of it, they were like, oh, so we lost. Might as well get used to this. So they bended the knee, and were like, yeah, we'll help out. They decided to help out and join up with Sorry, I lost my train of thought. They decided to just join up with Shadaloo. Excuse me, yeah, Shadaloo from Street Fighter. So the Shadaloo has been more or less been ruling like Bison's been ruling over what was left of the of like Central Asia, and he's kind of like, but now Millennium is encroaching on that, so now they need all the firepower they can, so now they need Alucard's help to essentially get in there, fight, and help in the battle against the Major. So Alucard's like, all right, let's go, and Sabella's like, I know why you're going, it's not for me, you don't care, but you're going because you want to die. That's the only reason you're ever going. So that's the only reason you'd ever want to go, is so you can finally die. Yeah. So through that, they also have to face the remnants and the newly reformed Iscariot, who's basically created a clone army of Alexander Andersons. And Alucard's just killing his... Like, I'm just imagining a scene of just Alucard killing his way through Anderson clones. And Maxwell, old crazy Maxwell, garbed out in like in the Pope's clothing and wearing a Pope's face. Ugh, just really insane, crazy shit. But by the end of it, Alucard, like throughout this, he does reconnect with Sabella, and by the end of it, he does like they do manage to overcome and defeat Millennium. By the end of it, Alucard does get what he wants, a death. Like, he just got a good death by the end of it. And like, at the end of it, it's still like, yeah, the girls are still working for Shadaloo, but now Sabella is now, like, decked out in her father's jacket and hat, and it's like, yeah, but we're gonna rebuild the future now. Like, we're going, like, Sabella thing is, she doesn't just, like, go back to Shadaloo working for him. She kills and eats Bison, absorbs his power, and then takes over Shadaloo and is like, we're going to build this in a new direction. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much Old Man Alucard for you. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this? Comment below, let me know. Once again, I'd like to thank Bill McLaughlin for sending me this Patreon request. And if you would like a Patreon request done, please hit the link below to my Patreon. And hit the 4th tier, where you once you do so, you can not only check out the exclusive content over on that end, but also check out all of the also send me a request. Sorry, you can send me a request for a video to do here on YouTube. But other than that, once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.